What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Russell Street Report Film Room. Here on Two Guys Watching Football, we're going to be diving in to the Ravens run game, specifically looking at the explosive rushing plays that we just have not seen a lot of this year. Led to 211 yards on 24 carries, 119 on 10 carries by Kenny and Drake for an 11.9 average, 77 yards on 7 carries for Lamar Jackson. Obviously, much different numbers. And what we're really going to look at is how the offensive line was making blocks. That's really what has hindered the run game the most, in my opinion, in the past 5 games. So that's really what I'm going to highlight as we go through these. You guys know I love looking at the big book guys up front. You guys are excited for it too. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here. Let's get right into the film. Here with Kenny and Drake's touchdown run. It was the first explosive run that the Baltimore Ravens had in this game. Let's check it out. The Ravens get back to running some gap football, pullers hitting, down blocks actually landing. Let's go back and take a look. So we've been over this on this channel about 100 times. You're going to get down blocks from the play side. You're going to get the backside guard pulling. You're going to get a kick out block from Patrick Ricard. Let's go slowly here. So there's, one thing that really played into the Ravens' hand on this one. Switch this back to purple. Sorry. This four-tech here obviously jumps this way, which works out really well for Morgan Moses down block. He ends up getting to seal this shoulder. Andrews works his way into level 2. So you'll see that see him jump there. So he's jumping over a gap. That just played really nicely into the Ravens' favor because now Andrews is able to go level 2. For example, if he comes down this way, you might see a tray block between the tackle and tight end. So he jumps that way. Moses takes care of him. Andrews with a really nice block on Crowder. Play side shoulder. That head inside. Love that. And Ben Powers on the pull. He's going to go find that DB. And what I really like here is as Powers finds him, Duvernay, who came downhill, starts to work his way upfield. So now you've got right here, you've got a clear gap. And Drake goes right through. Duvernay, like I said, is working towards 22 just to give him enough room. And there it goes for the touchdown. So just honestly really well blocked. Good vision by Drake. Good explosiveness into the gap. Pretty much exactly what you'd want. So here we get a play just a little bit later. And there's Tyler Linderbaum making a play in space. I believe this one went for another 30. Let's go back and look at that. Just went through here again. Because this is that. Okay, so this is going to be the counter read. So you're going to get pulls from Linderbaum and from Moses. That's usually when you get the center and the backside tackle. On pulls, I call it counter read. You're getting, it's not true counter footwork in the backfield, but the counter aspect is that it's being handed off on the opposite side of the gap he's running to. So usually with a counter, you'd see the fake step, or in this case, it would be that way, this way. But Lamar's reading right here, this backside end. So as you can see here, right at the mesh point, he's holding that ground. That tells Lamar to give the ball. He gives it. And you get the down blocks from Powers and Stanley. Stanley does a really good job from the pre-snap alignment. He's got a 5-tech here. He's going to get his head across that side. See right there? And he's going to use that outside hand. You can't see it, but he's using that outside hand to force him down the line. That gives Linderbaum the space. He seals him. And Linderbaum just makes a play on 54. Watch him stop here. He's kind of over pursued where he should be. And he just does enough to pop. But that's just a nice pull by Tyler Linderbaum. Look at that. Boom. He's going to give him that little pop, give him that space. You know, if Robinson does a little bit more work downfield there, you probably even have a bigger gain. But heck of a run. Just beautiful power football here for the Ravens. And you're going to get it again. There's Kenyon Drake going for 21 on this one, I believe. And this is just your typical, this is just gap. It's just power. It might be counter read again, and the second puller is Ricard. Either way, you're going to get down blocks here. You're going to get Zeitler pulling, finding work here. And you're going to get Ricard finding this linebacker on the kick out. Just great work. There's Zeitler climbing up to the DB, that poor DB. And Zeitler just easily takes care of him. Look at Stanley. Oh, look at this work by Stanley. Stanley's going to go locate the mic. Look at him reposition. Okay, so he's aiming this way, right? Watch his feet, right? See where he is now? Watch him take a shuffle step left. Right there. See that? Boom, shuffle step. And by doing that, he creates that leverage, that head across leverage that I always talk about. Created right there, seals that linebacker. Crowder's out of the play. Crowder's going to get the chase down block, or chase down tackle, sorry, but beautiful work by Stanley to get in space. Love seeing that mobility, comfort to make that shuffle step. Again, we're going to get just a nice inverted veered power read by Lamar Jackson. So this is the play we saw quite a few times, except it's going to come from Devin Duvernay as that sweep option, and then Lamar has the option to go up. So inverted veer, power read, whatever you want to call it. Powers is going to come around. But what I thought was really cool about this play is this is the threat Devin Duvernay can be, because look at the linebackers. You got, watch Tay Crowder here. Right here and right here. And even the safety going that way, watch. They've completely overcommitted down this line. And that gives Lamar Jackson all that space. Lamar, really good vision as 22 came across to cut it back to the left. Make a guy miss, get some extra yardage. Just a really nice play there. And then I believe this is the last one we'll take a look at. And this is just, honestly, it was another gap concept, but this is just Kenyon Drake being a playmaker yesterday. So it's all clogged up here at the gap. Zeitler, I think, should have went here. You end up with kind of no man's land. 54 coming up the gap. So Drake, this was a poorly blocked play, but Drake sees it and cuts it back. And just runs around 22 to make a play. So just, credit him. As much as there was good blocking on these plays, he was explosive. He had great vision, and he made things happen. Let's go wrap it up. So, I mean, you can see it there. Much different aspect when the O-line hits their blocks. It looked a lot different than the last few weeks, especially on those power concepts where you got to hit those down blocks to clear the lanes, and then you got to get pullers up. And they were getting pullers into level 2 at a rate that we just haven't seen yet. And so, I mean, that's really where the frustration from a lot of folks come from. It's kind of funny because I tweeted out early in the game when they were running the ball with Dobbins to get away from the run game because it wasn't working. And it really seemed like once they got a couple pass plays going early in the game, it really softened up that front seven of the New York Giants. And then the problem was they would get the run game going, get those explosive plays, and then down in the red zone. And if you guys watched my video earlier, they had 9 red zone plays, 7 passes, 2 runs. So that's really where the frustration from a lot of people is coming from, and sticking to the run game when it's working. So I get it, and I mean you could see the explosive run plays right there. So that's all I have for you guys. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.